Hey guys, and today we're gonna play Pig Detective in the Beast of Boffington. This is the very first Pig Detective in the Pig Detective series, and I've already beat this game once, so I'm gonna do a new game, even though it doesn't show continue because I accidentally pressed it before this recording, so I had to go in and out of the game. Alright, let's go. Yeah, by the way, the only way to have access to the games is download the Dreams game. It says Made in Dreams at the bottom right corner. That's because this game was made in a game engine called Dreams.
It's some kind of...
That's on PlayStation.
Nothing I can do about the car right now, ma'am. The carburetor is all clogged up, as you can see. I need to order a spare part, but that won't be here before Monday.
Monday? But we have a dinner engagement that we need to get to tonight.
Can we leave now? I'm getting hungry. It's almost dinner time.
Mr. George, can't you see we're talking here? Here's a dime. Go get yourself a snack from the vending machine.
On second thoughts, I'm not hungry. No.
That's gonna stay in our inventory all game.
Of course there is a bus. Where do you think you are, in the sticks? There's one in the morning and one in the afternoon. You just missed it.
Are you telling me that we're stuck here for the whole night?
Miss Ella, I'm done reading the paper.
Well, can't you find anything else to read? There's some brochures on the counter in there. Why don't you have a look at those?
Brochure.
It's some kind of free...
Take it.
A portable map of the immediate surroundings. Very handy if you want to go for a walk, I should think.
My first map.
It's an advertisement for pineapple cream teas at Boffington Hall.
This will be important later.
I'll make a good
Boffington
cream.
359, I'll remember that. So there's a phone right here.
It's a public phone.
Dang, I forgot how phones looked back in the day.
Thank you for using Crowing Rooster Telephone Services. I'm your operator. How can I help you?
Yes, I'd like to... make a
Please
phone
call.
call.
Number, please?
Please give me Boffington 359.
Thank you. I will connect you right away. Buffington 359.
Hello.
Crap.
Who am I speaking with?
My name is Diggins. I'm the butler.
Well, I've seen your advertisement, and I'm interested in your cream teas.
Ah, yes, we usually offer our famous pineapple cream teas on Saturdays and Sundays. However, we aren't able to take any reservations right now. We've had a slight accident with the pineapples, I'm afraid.
What kind of accident?
I'm sorry.
No, I'm a private investigator.
I see. In that case, I cannot divulge any more information. Good day, sir.
Oh. Well, I thought that would work, but
Mr. George, the situation looks really bad. The car is broken,
crap, I
and
accidentally
there's no
skipped through
bus.
some dialogue.
And there's a storm brewing, too. You don't want to be out and about in Weinerwald Woods during a thunderstorm. Come to think of it, you don't want to be out and about in Weinerwald Woods at all at night. Strange things have been going on around here recently, let me tell you.
What kind of strange things?
There has been talk of a wild beast prowling the woods at night, a monster with horrible teeth. gardener of Boffington Hall, Mr. McTurpin, he found his prized pineapple all chewed up to bits and pieces. Now, what kind of monster would do a thing like that? No, you two should get safe inside as soon as possible.
It doesn't look like we'll be able to get to Boffington Hall tonight. Mr. George, what are we going to do?
We could try and call Boffington Hall on the phone.
But I don't have Boffy's telephone number.
Oh, that's alright, I do. In fact, I already called Boffington Hall earlier.
You did? Whatever for?
Well, apparently they offer pineapple cream teas. I like a good cream tea.
Mr. George, all you ever think about is pastry. When you talk to them this time, please make sure they know we need help and not cream teas.
Well, whatever you do, I'm getting out of here. Let me just put your car into the shed and then I'll close up for the night. There is a storm coming.
It's a public phone.
Thank you for using
Yes, I'd like to make a phone call.
number, please.
Please give me Boffington 359.
Thank you. I will connect you right away.
Boffington 359.
We're guests of Lady Boffington, but we seem to be stranded at a gas station in the woods. Can you come and pick us up?
Oh dear, stranded at the gas station in the woods. When we have a storm coming, that won't do at all. Arrangements will be made for your imminent retrieval, sir.
Lady Boffington's car for Miss Ella.
This appears to be...
Sorry for skipping some dialogue.
All set, madam?
My dearest Ella, I have the most shocking news. Did you read it in the papers already? Your old friend Flora is a lady now. You read it right. I have inherited house and title from my uncle. Apparently, I am Lady Boffington now. Oh, I know what you're thinking. Silly old Boffy with her Pepper brain making up stories again. But it's quite true, I assure you. Please come and stay with me this weekend.
So this game takes 6 to 10 hours to beat because one chapter is like really hard to beat and took me like half a year to beat to figure it out. So this game you actually have to be an actual detective.
You talk me out of that idea. You always were sensible. Oh, and bring a friend. There is someone here that I would like you to meet. Someone very special. I can't wait to see you again. Your very old friend, Flora Boffington, now the Lady of Boffington Hall. Ella, darling! I'm so glad you made it. Did you have a very horrid journey?
Fairly horrid, yes. We had to leave my car behind at a gas station in the woods somewhere.
Poor darling, you must be so exhausted. Never mind, I have a very cozy room prepared for you to freshen up in. I think it's the yellow room. Isn't that right, Mr. Diggins?
Just Diggins, my lady. Miss Hella is indeed in the yellow room. I expect we can find a bed for her valet in the servants' quarter.
Mr. Diggins, that's not Ella's servant. It's her boyfriend.
Buffy! Mr. George isn't my boyfriend. He's my boss.
You brought your boss? to a weekend that's supposed to be fun? Ella, still the same. Always working. I suppose you two won't be sharing a room then?
Definitely not.
Mr. Diggins, do we have another guest room for Mr. George, was it?
I'm Pig Detective.
Just Diggins, my lady. And the guest rooms are all taken, I'm afraid. Perhaps Mr. George can room with Mr. Happy? They both look like they are used to simple accommodations.
Well, if nobody has any objections. But Ella, you must be freezing. Let's get you to your room. The foot duck will show you your quarters, Mr. George.
It's not Mr. George, it's Pig Detective. I'm a private investigator.
Dear me, how enterprising of you. Well, if you feel like detectiving around, indulge yourself. There is a lot to look at in this house.
You're chapter 1. So this chapter is actually
But I
pretty
don't want
easy.
to go and find my room right now. Lady Boffington said I could look around the house all I want. Well, I don't mind if I do. The room can wait.
Some fourth wall breaking. Yep.
You are not dressed for dinner, sir. Please go and change into something more suitable.
Okay, I will. Sorry, where do I...
The guest room.
Oh. So,
Sell Boffington Hall? You must be joking. I only just inherited the place.
But I am telling you, as your lawyer, my lady, there is no other way. Your affairs are in a terrible state. Selling the house is the only way to avert financial doom. Now, I can find a buyer for you, but you must act quickly. The sooner, the better. Tonight, yesterday, last week.
Mr. Blind, I can't sell the house tonight. It is full of guests. Besides, everybody's expecting to have a great weekend here. I'm sure you can find another solution. You just need to look into my affairs a little more.
But, my lady, what are you looking at?
If that was a private conversation, why were they having it on the main stairs in the first place?
So let me explore the house a little bit. So I just need to get used to it. Beat the game only yesterday. Yep, and this is the music room. Oh wow. Yep. We'll get to that later in the game because I don't think we're supposed to do that right now.
I'm not going outside, it's raining.
I'm gonna go upstairs. I don't want this video to take too long since my PlayStation 5 only can record a certain amount of time. So I gotta be careful of which recording I do.
There you are, finally.
I'm looking for my room. Are you the foot duck, the one that ran away with my suitcase?
That would be me, sir. And this here is your room. Between us working-class animals, they should not have put you in the attic at all. This is where the servants live. But there has been sad management, and too many guests have been invited for this weekend. This would not have happened when old Lord Reginald was alive. He never invited anyone, let alone journalists and miracle workers and big game hunters and... What is it that you do?
I'm a private investigator.
That sounds thrilling, sir. Will you be working this weekend? All the other guests are. The journalist is writing an article about the ghost of Wienerwald Woods. The lawyer is looking into the state of the family affairs. The medium will be conducting seances. And the big game hunter is here to hunt for the Beast of Boffington. What an exciting weekend, eh?
Very exciting. But I'm not here to work. My secretary is a school friend of the new Lady Boffington. I was invited to meet her and her new gentleman friend. I think Miss Ella wants me to suss him out a little bit. That hardly counts as working.
Gentleman friend? Oh, you mean Theodore Vane. Good luck trying to figure him out. He locks himself into his room all the time and refuses to be looked after, even by the valet. If that peacock is a gentleman, I'm an earl. Well, time to dress for dinner, sir. Diggins doesn't like to wait, and it is almost 7 o'clock.
I was told this is my room.
Well, hello there to you too. Looks like we're bunking together. My name is Happy, Trigger Happy from Cowboy Town. Pleased to meet you. And you might be?
I'm Pig Detective.
A detective? Out here? Are you investigating something?
Ha, I hope not. I'm just here with Miss Ella to spend the weekend. She says I work too much, so no investigating for me, I'm afraid.
Don't panic. That's just a fuse blown. Happens all the time in this shack. Pretty old house. I'll leave you the lights, seeing as you'll need to get dressed for dinner. It's downstairs next to the breakfast room. You can't miss it. I'll see you there.
I should change for dinner.
What? Where's the briefcase at? There it is.
Miss Ella was kind enough to pack my tuxedo for me. I guess I'd better wear it, even if it does make me look like a penguin. Looking good, George.
Yo, wait, what? Yo, this guy's fire, not gonna lie.
Hello?
Yo, what?
Who goes there? Hello? You there, wait for me! Why don't they hear me? Hello? That's strange, why aren't they responding? Hello? Are you up there? Hello? Where are you? I must be up here somewhere. It's locked. It's empty. Oh, 7 o'clock already. It's dinner time. I should really hurry up and get downstairs for dinner.
Oh, crap.
Huh.
Quack!
Lord have mercy.
You gave me such a fright, sneaking around the house in the dark. Why aren't you in the dining room with the others?
I was distracted. I think I saw something mysterious upstairs. Is it possible that the house is haunted?
Is it possible? Indeed. Don't get me started on the ghost of Boffington Hall, or we'll be here until breakfast tomorrow morning. Speaking of which, dinner will be over soon, and I really need the light back on so the girls can do the washing up. Can you do me a favor and fix the fuse? It's down in the basement, and I'm not going there in the dark. I'm far too chicken.
There you are, little fuses.
Lord have mercy, what the hell was that?
Aha! Fuse number 6 has blown. That accounts for the complete darkness in the house, all right. Well, that was remarkably easy.
There you are. What took you so long? I was almost convinced the Beast of Boffington got to you down in that basement.
What beast?
No time to chat. They're almost done in the dining room. There is her ladyship now, on her way to the music room.
Then I said, listen, Buster, that is for me to know and for you to find out.
Oh, Theodore, you're always so smart and so funny.
Oh, I know, my little pineapple. I know.
Better hurry up if you want to get some dinner into ya. Diggins is always very keen on cleaning up the table after a meal. You might be able to pinch yourself some leftovers if you hurry.
Mr. George, where have you been? You missed a very delicious dinner.
It was very atmospheric, too. We had to dine by candlelight because there was a power outage. Such a romantic setting.
I don't believe you two have met. Miss Parker, this is Mr. George. Miss Parker is a journalist for Modern Mouse magazine. Mr. George is my boss.
I'm pleased to meet you. Call me Pig Detective. Only Miss Ella calls me Mr. George.
Aren't you hungry at all, Mr. George? There are plenty of leftovers, but the staff is already clearing them away.
Oh, in that case, I better go and get some.
Dinner is over, sir. You have just missed it.
I was delayed. The cook asked me to change a fuse down in the basement.
Oh, so we have to thank you for our enlightened situation, sir. We are most grateful. The power situation in this house isn't the best, I'm afraid. Electricity is still quite new to us. His lordship only had it installed after his return from the icy pole.
That's an interesting story.
Isn't it just? His lordship used to be against electricity his whole life. It was all paraffin lamps and cooking on an open fire in this house. But when he came back from the pole, he could hardly wait to electrify everything from the cellar to the roof. But do take some dessert, sir, and then join the others in the music room. There is going to be evening entertainment, I understand. Her ladyship is going to sing. You don't want to experience that on an empty stomach.
I don't care for dinner anyway, as long as I can have the pudding. If it was up to me, I'd have cake for dinner, lunch, and breakfast. This pastry buffet has been plundered, but there's still some very delicious looking choices left. Now,
Oh, that looks good.
what to take?
It's very good.
A choc nut cream horn. The only thing that
I
can make
would
a
want to
cream
eat
horn
that.
better is
Looks
choc
good.
and nut. Do I have enough now?
No, obviously
Aw,
not.
Surely one more can't hurt. A simple cream horn. Sometimes the simplest things are the best things. Do I have enough? Huh, no pig should
No,
be
that
satisfied
was
with
literally.
2 pieces of
could
pastry.
literally eat those and I'd still be not hungry. What about a piece of cake?
It's lemon meringue pie. I
Oh,
was
it's
expecting
pie.
pineapple
My
pie.
bad.
Well, at least it's yellow. Do I have enough? This one just looks too good.
Wait, what? Okay then.
Jam-filled Pictoria sponge. Such a classic. Oh, looks like there isn't any more. I should go and join the others in the music room, like the butler said.
Alright, let's go.
Mr. George! Finally! What took you so long? Are you sure you have enough cake on your plate? Now get a move on. The others are waiting for us in the music room. You're in for a treat, Mr. George. I think Boffy is going to sing for us.
Treat indeed. That pink fluff ball has done nothing but sing her head off for the last 3 evenings in a row. I'm going to my room to have a lie down. I have a headache.
Pink fluffball? That's not a very kind way to speak about one's employer. If
That's
I
crazy.
were Boffy, I'd fire him immediately. But I guess she needs a lawyer to sort out her affairs. Ah, I hear the piano. They're starting without us. Come on, Mr. George.
What the?
Mr. George!
Coming, Miss Ella.
What's happening there?
And this bit, I'm still working on. I just need to figure out a rhyme for. Oh, you know the really good part. Yes.
That's Lady Boffington's new boyfriend. The relationship is still new, they're quite the lovebirds. His name is Theodore Vane. Isn't he a dream bird? Apparently they met quite by accident. Mr. Vane was travelling with Mr. Happy, who's a famous big game hunter. When Mr. Happy decided to come to Boffington Hall to take a shot at the famous beast, Mr. Vane just came along. Quite a romantic story, wouldn't you say?
So what were you up to in Cowboy Town, fellow traveler? If you don't mind me asking.
Me? I was looking for gold, but there wasn't any. So it's back to the road for me. Where are you headed then?
Boffington Hall in Wienerwald Woods. There have been sightings of a truly magnificent beast there. I am a big game hunter, you know.
Boffington Hall? How interesting. Says here in the newspaper that the old Lord Boffington has died, and that his heiress is a very pretty young lady flamingo.
That's the one.
Well. I have half a mind to join you there, my friend. What is your name?
My name's Happy. Trigger Happy. Big game hunter.
Vane. Theodore Vane. Gold digger.
Pleased to meet you, new friend. Boffington Hall, here we come.
And this is how he met Lady Boffington, and it was love at first sight. He told me in an interview that he never wants to leave here again. Or did he say leave her again? Oh, I must check my notes. Anyway, isn't that just the most romantic story you ever heard?
Psst.
I've sang a song or two, but to me, this one is new. I've never slowed it down like this before. For you see, I found a love so true that makes my heart cuckoo, with feathers and a beak that I adore. I always dreamed I'd have a turn of luck, meet a man so wonderful. Then he flew into my life. Now I'm a lady.
Does he seem a little shady?
Call me crazy that I would have everything to live a life of opulence. flamboyance, an unexpected inheritance. What marvelous coincidence! Oh, trading fishnets for caviar, but I'll always be a star. Flaming Flora welcomes you.
Nightclub singer turned lady. What an inspiring story, don't you agree?
Your ladyship, the great Hocus Pocus is ready to receive you in the parlour now. Only he doesn't call it the parlour, he calls it the seance room. Whenever your ladyship is ready.
Splendid timing, Mr. Diggins.
Just Diggins, milady.
Whatever. Shall we go, everyone? The exciting part of the evening is about to begin.
I've been looking forward to this all night. I've never seen a real ghost before.
The ghost? All ghosts.
And here's the longest chapter in the game.
Welcome to an evening
I'll
of
probably
mystery
beat
and
like
enlightenment. I hope
1/6,
we all are in the right
1/12,
spirit
or
of
like
spiritualism.
1/8 of this chapter, because this chapter is so long. I can't possibly imagine how long it would take to finish this
Those
chapter.
gathered here do not believe in the sublime. I recommend them to make themselves superfluous right now. This is aimed at you especially, Mr. Happy, in case you had not noticed.
Oh, don't mind me, Mr. Podargus. I'm fine. It's not that I don't believe in ghosts, you see. It's just that they give me the heebie-jeebies. I'm not afraid of anything that I can shoot. But something tells me you cannot shoot a ghost. Not a big fan of that. Not at all.
Very well, then. I am mollified. You may stay, and you might make yourself useful and turn out the light.
So sorry. I'm very easily startled.
Well, I'm not, and I'm not scared of the dark either.
Oh, in that case, just wait until he calls up the ghost, Ella. Darling, it's so creepy, even you might get a little thrill.
Silence! I will not. As you so quaintly put it, call up the ghost. The conjuring of a ghost is a highly supernatural matter, and not at all comparable to a mundane telephone call. It requires all participants to be in awe, and most of all in silence. So be silent, and let me conjure up the ghost in peace. Whoa! We have gathered together on this rainy night to contact the ancient spirit that lives in this house. Spirit, can you hear me? If you can hear me, give me a sign. Silence! It appears we have contact. It appears there is a spirit in the room with us. What does the spirit mean us well? Spirit, if you mean us well, knock 2 times.
But that was 3 times, not 2 times, 3 times.
What does it mean? Knocking 3 times instead of 2?
Silence! I will ask the spirit what it means by knocking 3 times instead of 2. Spirit, what do you mean by knocking 3 times instead of 2?
Anger. It means anger. I'm angry. I'm very angry.
I'm communicating with the spirit. I can feel what it feels. And what it feels is anger. The spirit is angry.
But I don't understand. Why is the spirit angry? What have we done to make it angry?
Silence! I will ask the spirit why it is angry. Spirit, why are you angry?
People. There is people in my house. I don't like people. I don't want people in my house. Go away. Go away or... Ooh.
The spirit is now revealing the cause of its anger to me. The spirit does not want you here. You must leave. Leave or terrible things will happen. Leave, Miss Buffy, leave or...
Ooh.
Ah, this is highly unexpected.
What happened? Did it break? Trigger, old rooster, could you turn on the light?
No lights, I'm afraid. Lightning must have blown the main fuse this time.
The spirit has chosen to end its communication with us tonight. The spirit has left. Here I remain to remind you of its message. The message is, leave. You must all leave this house at once. Leave or terrible things will happen. Terrible, terrible things.
Who disturbs me in my eternal slumber? Is it time for tea already?
Oh, look, Ella, we're lucky. The spirit is still here, and it wants tea. Can we get tea? Mr. Diggins! Can someone bring for Mr. Diggins?
Silence! This is highly irregular. The communication has ended. What you see is not the spirit. It is the figment of your imagination. We have received our message. We must leave the room immediately. First the room, then the house.
I should certainly say so. Who are you people? What are you doing in my house? And where is Diggins? I want my tea.
I'll go see if I can unearth Mr. Diggins, Mr. Ghost. You stay put. Damn ghosts give me the screaming nitties every time.
Do get comfortable, please, Mr. Ghost. Mr. Diggins will be here in a minute, I am sure.
It's just Diggins, not Mr. Diggins, you pink fluff ball. Who are you, anyway?
Well, I used to be plain old Flora Boffington, but apparently I'm Lady Boffington now. Isn't that a hoot? I do hope you aren't too angry with us for being in the house. You didn't mean it about leaving, did you? That would be a frightful nuisance, because since I'm Lady Boffington now, I kind of live here now.
Of all the cheeky things I have heard, you are Lady Boffington? You? You are just a cheaply dressed, badly groomed, ordinary...
Silence! Nobody communicates with the spirits but me.
Are you ready for tea then, milady?
I'm sure we could all use some tea right now. Mr. Diggins, would you be so kind and serve it in the drawing room?
Buffy, can we have a word, please? Mr. George, you as well. I suspect strange things are afoot at Boffington Hall.
Well, what is it, Ella? Is something the matter?
The matter? Yes, Buffy dear. Something is certainly the matter. It seems to me that there's more here than meets the eye. Something's very off about that seance.
Was it? Oh, I knew it. This is exactly why I invited you here. You always seem much clearer in these kind of things than I possibly can, Ella.
I don't know, Miss Ella. It seemed like a perfectly fine seance to me.
Mr. George, you shouldn't say such things before you've properly investigated.
But, Miss Ella, I don't like to meddle with the supernatural. It's spooky.
Well, never mind that, Mr. George. Here's your magnifying glass. What kind of assistant would I be if I didn't bring your equipment? Now go and investigate. I'm sure you can find something of interest in this room.
Now that I have my trusty magnifying glass, I can do some proper in-depth investigating. Ah, what's this? What's this?
This is the most important abilities in the game. because you use it about like 90% of the game.
What is this?
I think this is my great-great-aunt Adelheid. Mr. Dickens tells me that when Uncle Reginald was young, she is the one who had the pool table removed from this room. She didn't approve of frivolous pastimes, apparently. Do you reckon this is why she haunts this room? It is her ghost we are talking to, isn't it? I mean, I'm sure it is. You are the detective, Mr. Big Detective.
Interesting. What is this? Huh. Miss Ella, I think I'm done investigating this room.
Well done. And what is your conclusion?
My conclusion? I suppose I need to have a little think about that.
You should definitely have a little think, Mr. George. Why don't you find a place where you can do that? You know, somewhere peaceful and quiet.
That's a great idea.
It was certainly out of the ordinary.
Terminal crystal ball is fully wired and connected to an upstairs room, the ghost's room. So yeah, once we're done with this game, this is all black because we haven't filled this out yet. So once we're done with this game, it's gonna be all filled out. Like everything's gonna be filled out.
Ah, there you are, Mr. George. Did you manage to have a little think?
Your ladyship, come quickly! It's Mr. Blind, your ladyship! He's lying on his bedroom floor like a dead bat. I heard a terrible scream, but when I knocked at his door, there was no answer, and so I went in. And he was just lying there. Oh, I got such a fright, your ladyship. Please come quick.
Well, Mr. George, I guess you're not done investigating for tonight.
Right. I'll go up at once. I should really go and investigate the red room now. That nice duck maid was very upset about it. Hello? Mr. Blind, are you there? Oh, where is he? The maid said he'd be lying on the floor, but I can't see him anywhere. What's this? Interesting. Well, what's this?
Is that crowbar? Oh yeah, get that crowbar.
What do we have here? What an interesting portrait. Such a pity there is nobody here who can tell me more about it. Interesting.
Yes?
Yes. Is there anything I should know about this portrait?
What, that? That's Mabel of Boffington. She's the one with the pineapple empire, factories and fame and such. Very successful businesswoman. Anything else?
Thank you for these valuable informations. It looks like several crimes have taken place here. Someone should call the police. Police? We need to call the police! Oh, it seems like the police are already here. Excuse me?
Mr. Pig Detective, allow me to introduce Mr. Constable Cat. He is the police around here. Mr. Dickens called the police because of what happened to poor Mr. Blind.
Yes, about that. I'm afraid Mr. Blind has mysteriously disappeared. He's not in his room and there are signs of forceful abduction.
Mr. Blind? What do I care about Mr. Blind? We need to leave this house at once. The spirit told us so.
Mr. Podagus? What are you doing here?
What do you think I'm doing? I'm leaving. The spirit ordered us to leave this house at once. I will obey. I advise you to do the same.
A spirit? My, how the plot does thicken. What exactly is going on here? I've been called because a certain Mr. Blind had an accident. What's this about a spirit now?
First things first. Mr. Blind, Lady Boffington's lawyer, apparently had some kind of accident. He's also completely vanished from his room. There are signs of a struggle. Concerning the ominous spirit, it seems that Mr. Blind and Mr. Podagus here have conspired to feign the existence of a ghost at Boffington Hall. What can you tell us about that, Mr. Podagus?
Mon Dieu, we have been exposed. I admit everything. I'm in cahoots with Mr. Blind. He is the mastermind behind it all. I am but a lowly mercenary, a pawn in his ugly little game.
It was all a scam? So the ghost was not real after all? How disappointing. But it all falls into place now. Mr. Blind has been trying to talk me into selling Boffington Hall for days. Maybe he thought I would be more eager to sell if the place was haunted?
A trick as old as time, my lady. And this Mr. Blind who tried to scam you, he is now disappeared?
I'm afraid so. It looks like he was forcefully abducted.
Forcefully abducted? Oh, how absolutely gruesome. Who could be capable of such a horrid thing?
Ah, but that could be another scam, your ladyship. The crook sensed that the game was up, so he flew the coop, made it look like an abduction to muddle his trace. Luckily for us, he left his collaborator behind. Mr. Podagus, you are under arrest until we get to the bottom of this matter. And Mr. Pig Detective, was it? You seem like a capable fellow. Please find out whatever happened to that ominous Mr. Blind. I will be... Where will I be, Lady Boffington?
Why don't you wait in the music room, Mr. Constable Cat? Nobody will disturb you there.
I'll be in the music room. Please find me there once you have discovered the whereabouts of Mr. Blind. In the meantime, nobody is allowed to leave this house until the case is solved.
Find Mr. Blind? I'd better find an umbrella and a lamp first. I bet Mr. Blind is somewhere outside. And it's night and raining.
Okay, so So this is the ending of the video because I don't want to play the entire game right now because obviously you know that my PlayStation won't record all that crap. So, I will see y'all in part 2. Alright. Oh gosh, almost half an hour.